Go live. Tell me I'm live. Hello, everybody. How are you? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the universe. Welcome to the Real Tarot 1123. I hope all of you are doing very well. Please give me a thumbs up if you can see me and hear me. Just want to make sure that these settings with my camera, everything is doing fine. Yeah. Let me just make some space over there. Per usual. Never have enough space, right? Never have enough space. Can you hear me, see me? Give me a thumbs up, everybody. If you can hear me and see me. What in the world? Okay. Okay, good. Thank you so much. So let me take a moment to say welcome to everybody. So I decided to limit this to just my subscribers because I didn't want any more drama like we had last time, those trolls. So we'll see how this goes. Another thing I wanted to say is, as a disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. These are my observations and my opinions. Please do your own due diligence, do your own research, form your own conclusions. That sort of thing. And again, another thing I wanted to say is, I really don't think that since we're just subscribers, if there's anybody who's behaving really badly, we'll know who it is because they are only my subscribers are around, right? What did I say? The Real Tarot turned on subscribers only more. Good. So hopefully we'll have an uninterrupted reading, if you will. I've been meaning to do this for a while and I haven't. So finally I got around to, if I'm looking a little under the weather, all of a sudden I am under the weather. Don't ask. So bizarre. Anyway, so yeah, Susie Q, we haven't seen you in a while. Yes, I've had a great week. I hope all of you all have had a great week. Linda, sweet spirit. Okay, all right, everybody, so let's get started. What I'm going to do is I'm only going to do readings with regards to this particular case, and then at the end, hold your questions at the end. I can take questions pertaining to this case only, and we can do that. Again, disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. These are my observations and my opinions. Do your own research, do your own due diligence, and form your own conclusions. So a couple of things. I did not enter the time of birth for King Charles because I don't know and it doesn't matter. I'm not going into that depth of astrology. I have his date of birth as November 14th, 1948. So he is about 8 to 9 months older than Camilla. I have his name as Charles Philip Arthur George. Then I have Camilla's date of birth is July 17th, 1947. I have her name as Camilla Rosemary Shand. I've taken their birth names, right? So I didn't, both have been married and divorced and yada yada. I'm not considering those names. And again, the coronation is on May 6th, 2023. I do believe the coronation is in England, right? In England, in London, correct? Coronation of King Charles. Okay, I want to know where is the coronation. Those of you, what time is the coronation? 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. apparently. So that's obviously British Standard Time. So I want to know if any King Charles. Wait. At Westminster Abbey, okay? Westminster Abbey. Hang on one second. Westminster. It's in London, obviously. Okay, give me 1 second, everybody. What am I doing here? Oh, there. Okay, so May 6th, right, is the coronation. Oh my God, I'm hot. Y'all, I tell you, getting old is no fun. Getting older is no fun. Let's put it that way. I am convinced that it's these lights, y'all. Oh my goodness. Let's turn. Come on, buddy. Turn. Okay, never mind. So May 6th is right. Probably Westminster. Yeah, of course I do, Susie. I'm always going to say, Anyway, Susie and I have had conversations with regards to Scotland and England and who the true real Queen of England should be, etc., etc. But anyway, May 6th, I believe it's the coronation, correct? So 5, 11. Give me 1 second. Correct. Okay. Westminster Abbey. I'm just going to do a quick one here. Hang on, everybody. Abbey. Okay, so let's do this. 27, that is 37, 37, 37, 40, 45, 50, 52, that is 7, 10 plus 7 is 17. Okay, let's go. I have the fan on, so things are obviously going to be flying around here. I hope not. Okay. All right. So we have Charles as being a Scorpio, correct? Yeah. And Charles, Sun is in Scorpio, his Moon is in Aries, Mercury is in Scorpio, Venus is in Libra. And for Camilla, she is a Cancerian through and through. Sun Cancer, Sun is in Cancer, Moon is in Cancer, Mercury is in Cancer, Venus in Cancer. Now keep in mind, I did not enter the time of birth because the planets could change a little bit in terms of degrees. I'm not going into any of that stuff, okay? And tomorrow, May 6th, give me 1 second, May 6th is a Taurus, very grounding, okay? Yes, tomorrow is May 6th, Taurus. So if 3 and 2, so if he's a Scorpio, 1, 2, 2 is Sagittarius, and 3 is Capricorn. And for her, if she's a Cancerian, we have 4 and 9, Cancerian, 4 and 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is Pisces, 2, 3, 4, 4 is Libra, okay? And then both of them are 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is Cancer. 9. Very interesting. I'm not going to get into astrology. Maybe I should have done a whole video just looking at the astrology charts. But right now I'm not in the right frame of mind to sit and get into astrology all. I'm just not in that frame of mind. I know I've been saying, I want to get my astrology channel like really going, but somehow that pull isn't there. So one of these days, if everything goes well. So let's take a look and see. We want to understand, May 6, 2023, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., 1100 hours to 1300 hours is when the coronation is going to take place, and that is of course British Standard Time or London Standard Time, however you call that. And it's in Taurus. So Taurus is a very grounding energy. Let me look at this really quick. Come on, world clock. Oh, never mind that. Hang on 1 second. I just want to say, I have the world clock on my phone because I travel so much. So England, Amsterdam, London is 6 hours ahead of Central Standard Time in the United States. Okay, so it'll be pretty much very early in the morning for us. Anyhow. That doesn't matter. See, in astrology, Vedic astrology, we look at something called Rahu Kala, Guli Kala, and all those things. Those are particular hours of the days which are, positive hours, negative hours, void hours, for lack of a better term or way of explaining, that's what I'm saying. Just like I said, every hour of the day is set aside to one particular planet. So the planetary hours, I think I do have that printed out. Let me read that out. That is something that is very interesting. Here I have. So we'll just go, I'm all over the map, bear with me, okay? So if you're looking at May 6th, correct? May 6th. This is just to give you guys a little bit of a background. So May 6th is going to be a Saturday. Am I correct? Okay. Saturday, all right. Let's take 11 a.m. So it's the hour of the sun. So every hour of the day, like, I mean, 24 hours is divided, like, so each planet has 1 hour during the daytime, right? And then when it starts getting darker, you have, so 2 hours a day are assigned to each planet. So it's set, it's, it's something that we use in astrology a lot. So we have the sun, and for him, sun is in Scorpio, and for her, sun is in Cancer. So that's pretty interesting. So just a little bit, just going to set this aside because I'm going to get really sidetracked. All right, let's do this. So me myself says 2 p.m. is like a Satan hour for me every day. Oh, that's just too funny. All right. So I'm actually going to use 2 decks right over here for Camilla and for Charles. So we'll see how everything goes. I still have to figure out how to use 2 cameras for live streams, y'all. The last time I tried to do it is when everything went amok, and then I couldn't even get to the main camera, so, and then I just gave up on that. Okay. See, Camilla is very interesting. She's got Sun, Moon, Mercury and Venus in Cancer. Fancy that. She's a full-on Cancerian. So my left hand, this hand is going to be for Charles, and my right hand, okay, I have the same deck. This hand, my right hand, is going to be for Camilla. So we have Sagittarius for Charles. Then we have Mars. Then we have Venus. Wonderful. This card wanted to come out. I'll take it. It's a moon card. Not at all surprised. I'll keep that there. Sagittarius. Okay. Well, then this had for Camilla. Yes, every day of the week is assigned to a planet, and every hour of the day is assigned to a planet. Suzuki says they wanted the stone of destiny. Needless to say, it's still up here. I have a soft spot for Scotland. So anyhow, Camilla has Taurus. Ooh, fancy that, Taurus. And guess what? May 6th is a Taurus thing. And then she has Leo, strong energies. Okay, we'll take these 2. She has Virgo, not at all surprised. And then she has Jupiter. It's absolutely stunning. And another little thing I wanted to say when I did a quick look at Charles's thing, let me just call out his, keep in mind everybody that I have not put in his time of birth, okay? Just so you know, because I know people will be, well, that's not correct, but I haven't put the time of birth. So I'll just call this out, okay? For Charles, Sun is in Scorpio, Moon is in Aries, Mercury is in Scorpio, Venus is in Libra, Mars is in Sagittarius, Jupiter is in Sagittarius, Saturn is in Virgo, Uranus is in Gemini, Neptune in Libra, Pluto in Leo, Lilith in Pisces, and North Node in Taurus, which is very, very interesting, okay? So now let's look at, let me go to there, and let me look at, I think I wait a second. Where is, give me 1 second. Did I lose it altogether? Oh no, oh no. There you go. Then I go for Camilla. Alright. Her sun is in Cancer, moon is in Cancer, Mercury is in Cancer, Venus is in Cancer. She's got Mars in Gemini, Jupiter in Scorpio, and she's got Saturn in Leo, Uranus in Gemini, Neptune in Libra, Pluto in Leo, Lilith in Capricorn, and North Node in Gemini. So that's just a little bit of astrology. Like I said, we're not going to go, for those of you who are astrology aficionados, a little something there. So let's take into thing here. So for him, we have Sagittarius, Mars, Venus, and Moon, and for her, we have Taurus, Leo, Virgo, and Jupiter. Let's look at the commonalities. Okay, for him, Jupiter, he has Jupiter, and did I say Jupiter and Mars? And golly, I'm losing my mind, y'all. Come on, let's get back. So he has Mars and Jupiter in Sagittarius, which is fantastic. So so he's got Mars. Think about it. He's got Mars and Jupiter. Then he's got Venus and the Moon. Very, very, his strength, his energy, come on, focus, comes from Camilla, his wife. Okay. Now, with Sagittarius being there, and then with Mars being there, then you have Venus, which is associated with Taurus, as we all know, and Libra as well. These are great energies for him. I think it's going to be a pretty good run for him. However, I will say it's going to be a short run for him. I don't foresee Charles being King of England for anywhere close to as long as Queen E was. Obviously, I mean, she got to wear the crown at a pretty young age. He's 75 or something like that, isn't it? So, but even otherwise, I think his tenure is going to be pretty brief. That's one thing. So next we have Camilla, and then we have, for Camilla, we have Taurus, Leo, Virgo, and Jupiter. Let me show you these. Taurus, Leo, Virgo, and Jupiter. Now for her, Camilla, let's see. I should have printed these out, right? But her Saturn is in Leo, okay? Jupiter is in Scorpio, which is pretty good, pretty intense too. Okay, and then I'm looking at Virgo, not much over there. Okay, so for her, this is going to be very, as much as she's a Cancerian, as much as, she's a water sign, moon, that sort of a thing, very fluid in her, not fluid, very, comes across as being very amicable. There is an element of stubbornness to her. There is an element of being very particular about the way things want. She will kind of be okay, but then it's like, yeah, I'll toe the line, I'll do all this as long as this part of what my demands are, I'm not going to negotiate on that. I'm pretty stubborn as far as that is concerned. She's very, very, what's the word? Very good with money, I will say. Her time is really, really good. Really good. 1, 2, 3, third house, Virgo. Her time is really good. More so than Charles, believe it or not. This crowning, this both of them are water signs. Keep that in mind. Scorpio and Cancer, and so naturally they get along very well. This time for her is actually going to be really good because the crowning is going to happen in Taurus season, and right off the bat she has got the Taurus of 18, 20, 25, 30, 31, which is 4. Then for him we have 20, 30, 47, 11th. See, again, I feel for some reason Charles, his tenure is not going to be that long, y'all. I think it's rather than say, I'm not going to even ascend the throne. Let's just pass it on to the next generation. He is like going to be crowned, and then for a brief period of time, for the sake of formality, and then he's going to what's the word, abdicate or pass it on to the next generation. Susie Q's, she says she has apparently demanded her children and grandkids are in prominent places on the day. It hasn't gone down well. Oh, see, there is a stubborn streak to her, and surprisingly, he will give in to her. He actually will. She's going to have more power than he does. As they say, with all the pillow talk business going on, most couples, she is going to be a very big influencing, she's going to be a big influence on him, really big influence, more than people would like to know, more than people would like to believe. They've been together forever and a day. She was his first love, yada yada, but still, she's a very, very, very big influence on him. Seriously, really big influence. You take away Camila and if you separate them, Charles will just literally disintegrate. He depends on her that much. She is everything for him. I mean, not just now, but even since way back when. So we are not going to bring his first wife into the picture right now. And then we have the Lovers card pop up, which is Gemini. Okay. Then we have 9, the Hermit card, correct? I'll take one more, and this Moon card. I don't foresee his reign to be that long. I just don't. Okay. It is going to be a little bit with Mars being here, with Gemini here. He is a Scorpio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8th house. Wills and secrets, etc. 9 is the Hermit card, that is Virgo. 8, 9, 10th house is career, reputation. Okay, there are some things that are going to crop up that are going to be a thorn in his side. Okay, now I'm not going to get into Megnuts and her dumbass significant other, because that's something else. But there is going to be a thorn in their side, which is kind of going to force him to say, you know what, I'm going to step aside. So it's almost going to be like a Mercury, right? His Mercury is in Scorpio too. It's almost like see, he is very as a king born into the royal family, whatever, considering his position in society and whatever, there is an element of obviously he knows what to say, what not to say, when not to say, always come across as being very even keeled, very that sort of a thing. But there is a sting to his words. There's a lot he will tolerate, but the moment he says no, and that Mercury in Gemini, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th house. There are some secrets, there are some hidden things that definitely should not be out in the open, not just regarding his son and his daughter-in-law, the second son and daughter-in-law, but there is something else. And because of that, there's going to be a lot of talk about we need to kind of withdraw a little bit, re-strategize and come out, but they're not going to actually make it known to the public what those reasons are when he does say, you know what, I'm done with my tenure, I'm going to pass it over to my next generation. I do not foresee this to be a long-term reign. I just don't foresee it to be like that. So let's take a look. What is that? Let me take this moment to call out everybody. Susie, Alia, Auntie, Gypsy Girl, Debbie, Kathleen, Dia, Pricea, Linda, Sweet Spirit, Lucinda, My Max, me, myself, Cindy Sue. Who else am I missing? Yeah. Debbie B. Okay. So for those of you who are going to be watching later, Gen 007, they are not including William and Catherine in any prominent way in the coronation ceremony. They feel very insecure about them. I don't know about that. I don't think that's the reason. But we'll get to it. So for those of you who are going to watch this later, once this live converts into a video and post, please note that henceforth I'm going to do only lives only for subscribers. Very interesting energy between these two. Really very interesting energy. Second house and third house. Second house does talk about values, talents, possessions, ability to earn income, and third house is communication, immediate environment. And then he has his ninth house. So ninth house again is all about the intellect, the higher intellect, the knowledge, the philosophical kind of thing, right? And ninth house is beliefs and luck and religion and that sort of stuff. For her, she's got 4, 9. Fourth house is again emotions, home, family roots, that sort of a thing. The stability, right? Property, assets, that sort of a thing. And ninth house again, for her, isn't it surprising? She's got ninth house too. Like I said, higher religion, higher thought process, the higher self. And then they're going to be crowned in Taurus season. 9 and 11 is that sixth house. Sixth house is work, health, discipline, and habits. Wow. They're going to be, I do believe these two. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is Sagittarius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they're going to be very good at whatever they're going to be doing in the short period of time that they're going to be, sitting on the throne. But they're going to step down pretty soon. I don't foresee that to be. The Magician. Hello. 7 of Wands. I'll take these cards. Then I have the 10 of Wands. 3 of Wands. What in the world? All Wands energies, action. Then we have a Page of Wands. I know I shuffled these cards. And then we're going to have King of Swords. Whoa! Hang on one second. There we go. All these Wands energies, and then you end up with the King of Swords energy. How interesting. So the Magician energy, is all about Mercury, communication, the ability to create something, the power and the ability and the wherewithal to be able to create, bring into life, to form something. And then you have the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands right after that is saying like there is a need to defend themselves against, so whatever they are going to bring forth in terms of their creation or wanting to make something new or change the trend or whatever that case may be, whatever their agendas are in terms of bringing like new structure, new rules, new whatever it is to the monarchy or whatever, it almost feels like they're going to have to defend themselves, okay? They're going to have to defend the reason why that they have decided to do that. When I keep saying they, Camilla and Charles, and the reason I say they are not just Charles is because I think she has a super very big role to play in all of this. Like she is really the engine behind the wheel, if you know what I mean. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way or a derogatory way, so don't misconstrue my words. She's the power that comes behind. You know what I mean? It motivates. That sort of a thing. Then you have the 10 of Wands. So the way they are going to be looked upon as a couple, as the reigning monarch and his consort, they're going to be very, very burdensome. They're going to feel very burdened, and it's almost like, do I really want that? Do I really want this? Are we really, like, do we need this? Like, seriously, do we need this? And then you have the 3 of Wands, right? And the 3 of Wands is very interesting. It does talk about commerce, expansion, teamwork, yada yada. They're a great team between the two of them, but it's almost like they are going to start building a team, start working together as a team with the younger Page of Wands, and that I do believe, the Page of Wands, not younger, Page of Wands, and that I do believe is going to be William. I believe, again, this is my humble opinion, my observations, do your own research, do your own due diligence, form your own conclusions. It's right off the bat, the moment everything is settled as far as the monarchy is concerned, the crowning, yada yada, immediately they are going to be focusing a lot. Not that William hasn't been groomed, he has been groomed to be the King of England since the day he was conceived, in my opinion, right? But now the transition is going to like really pick up momentum. They're really going to pick up momentum and start focusing on William and Catherine. So and I believe that it's going to transition really quick, really quick. Charles, I think, is going to be, even though he's going to be monarch and this and that and all that, King of England and all, I do believe he's going to not be so in everybody's face, right? They're going to kind of push William forward. Then you have the King of Swords, right? And the King of Swords could be Charles himself, because he's a Scorpio. It's like he has a vision for what he wants his life to be moving on, and he has a vision for what he wants William's life to be moving on. He has a vision for what he wants the monarchy to be moving on, and he is going to do his very level best to try to push that agenda. The issue is, are the people going to be accepting of that? That's a whole different question. Okay, so let's move on. I think William is going to ascend the throne pretty soon, y'all. I truly think so. See, Charles is almost going to feel limited by the monarchy. Not that he doesn't want to, but it's almost like, you know what, this is not really what I really truly wanted. I don't believe he really wanted to pursue since he was a child that, oh, I want to be king, like a certain other individual that we know of, and a certain other individual's spouse that we know of. For him, he was like, I'm always going to be, but his focus has been elsewhere all the time, like, doing other stuff, or his interests have been something else. So we have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Pentacles. I love it. King of Wands pops up, and the Page of Swords pops up. Oh, don't mess with my layout here. Come on. There we go. So let's do that. I'm going to try and organize these cards the best. I get into these weird mindsets where, like, I want my... Sometimes it's like, it's okay. Like, it doesn't have to be so particular when I lay out the cards on the table. I mean, not that it's a big mess. Some days I want it just so. It's like, again, could be the energies around me, like being very specific energies around me. Okay. No, Page of Wands. What's on top? There we go. I will tell you right off the bat that they are going to have a little bit of an uphill battle as far as certain things are concerned. Hang on one second. Okay. So with the Seven of Pentacles, there is this patience, knowing very well, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's this innate understanding that nothing happens overnight. There's this innate understanding and acceptance that you can't turn on a dime. For change to happen, it takes a lot of time for change to happen. There are so many variables and that need to be considered, and there are so many trials and errors for change to really happen, and the final version of it. It's like writing a book and then going into editing it and editing and rewriting and editing, and finally goes into publication, that sort of a thing. So there is a great understanding of that. Having said that, they know very well that there is a lot of work that needs to be put, and that emphasis is going to be put on the next generation. As much as they are going to initiate the process, I will tell you, I believe what I'm seeing here, that Charles is all about changing the whole, as much as he's like, I really didn't want this, but okay, I'm here. He's a little bit more progressive than one would like to think he is. He is wanting to set the agenda, set the stage for a whole change in the appearance or the conception, not conception, the appearance or the of what the monarchy is moving on to the next generations, right? He wants to be able to perceptions. He wants to change that. And then you have the Page of Swords. There's going to be a lot of talk about it. I see there is a lot of conversations, a lot of talk, a lot of conversations. And it's not necessarily conversations that are going to be healthy, and it's not necessarily conversations that are going to they're going to be aggressive and contradictory, lots of contradiction, push and pull. There's going to be a lot of that, a lot of that. And then we have the Page of Wands pop up over here. Now the Page of Wands is telling me that yes, all this is about wanting to set the stage to make the transition easier for the next generation, and also the profile of the monarchy to be changed. Now I will tell you that there is going to be a little bit of a as much as I know I said I'm not going to bring them into this, but the way these things are going, as much as the younger son, I don't even want to mention their names, as much as they made it clear we don't want to have anything to do with this, we want to have our own life and all that bullcrap and lies that they said, there is going to be a push to kind of bring him back into the fold. And that push is going to be made by Charles. So maybe that's what the pushback is going to be from people. So let that be known. But the weird thing is, with that younger child, I feel like there's a great need and an urge for him to be free. He wants to be free because he doesn't like the scrutiny, but then he also understands the grounding that coming back into the fold will provide for him, the stability, the security that will provide for him. It's very, very bizarre, and I think I said it way back when I had done a reading for them as a couple, that they're going to be parting ways and he's definitely going to come back. I still do believe that. I still do strongly believe that his marriage to what's his name is not a happy married life till the day, that sort of a thing. Am I missing comments here or what's going on? Hang on one second. Okay. For a second I thought everything had stalled. Or maybe not. Oh, come on, buddy. There we go. Yes, Susie, I do know he was very, very he from the very beginning he was very conscious about the environment. He's done a lot as far as conservation, like him or not as an individual, let's leave that aside, but I do believe he's really, really done a lot for conservation, the environment, eco-friendly, recycling, all that kind of stuff, which is good for him, right? Definitely better than his ding-dong brother, Randy Andy, who the only thing his focus was on dipping his dipstick into different kinds of oil wells, and oil wells that weren't even drilled up, right? So better than that, right? At least Charles was focused on something good. So we have the Ace of Wands, which is beautiful again. Then I don't know if I showed you the Ace of Wands. Oh, see, and I messed it up. Ace of Wands, okay. Y'all, sometimes I get so weird about the way the cards are laid out. I don't even know why I do that. Bear with me, okay? It's just the energy around me right now. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. Beautiful cards. I love this deck. I'm going to have to find another one. Get a backup deck. This one. Five of Cups. Never expected this to pop up, but okay, here we are. Queen of Wands. And then we have the Four of Wands. Beautiful card. I love this. I'm going to have to get another one of these decks here. Okay. So with the Ace of Wands here, it's all about taking charge and taking control. Newness. Okay. There is new things that are going to be brought into focus. I'm not going to say new laws are going to happen, but I do believe Charles is going to take the initiative to actually try to force into, I shouldn't say force, bring into focus and try to make new laws. And I think he's going to do a pretty good job, for when he takes over. I just don't think that his reign is going to be like really long. Then we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, with the Page of Pentacles, it's all about being patient and having the ability to raise awareness and keep continuing to work. And yes, Pentacles is a financial card, but Pentacles is also an earth element, right? And think about this. I think the economic conditions of England will definitely see a little bit of a better phase moving on. I do believe so. Because he's going to be crowned in Taurus season. So 1, 2, 9th house is Cancer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th house is Pisces. Now, hang on one second, y'all. I just want to do a little diagram for my own reference over here. So let's, right. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, correct? Correct. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. So 7th house to 9th house. Okay. All right. There is going to be a focus on improving the economy of the country. There is going to be a focus on improving trade relations, that sort of a thing. He's going to take the initiative of that, and there is going to be some effort put in. And as much as he's going to put in all that effort into all of that, try to turn things around, 5 of Cups is telling me there's going to be a little bit of a letdown, okay, in terms of feeling like all the effort put in, the results don't justify the amount of effort put in. There's a little bit of disappointment. Then you have the Queen of Wands and the Four of Wands. Now with the Queen of Wands is very, very interesting. Hey, I wonder if either the and somebody here should tell me, the finance minister or the who the vice president is of England at the moment, United Kingdom, and if there is any other prominent female in the political world who people thought is going to be the prime minister of the country. Because I see a Queen of Wands who's going to be stepping forth and who's really going to kind of be on board and be a big supporting a factor or faction for the new agendas that King Charles proposes. And then you have the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands is all about celebrations and the family roots and having that feeling of what's the word, a stable, happy base, which is your home, your family, and that sort of a thing. Now, very interesting, we have the King of Swords, Page of Wands, and the Four of Wands. I am again going to reiterate and stay here. I do believe the younger son is going to come back into the family fold. I believe so. New beginning, the Fool card, and Two of Wands. I do believe new beginning. It's going to be a new phase that England is going to see. I truly believe the Two of Wands. There are definitely going to be choices and decisions to be made, and we'll go into it further and see what those are. Get some elaborations on that or clarifications on that. Then we have the five. See, there is going to be some, yeah, okay. And then we have the Ten of Swords. Very interesting, very interesting. And then we have the Star card. And then we have the King of Cups. King of Cups could be Charles himself too. I know earlier I said it could be him with the King of Swords, but here King of Cups could be him because he's a Scorpio, right? And the reason I go with the Swords being King of Charles and also King of Cups is because he's got Mars as well as Pluto as his ruling planets. So the Two of Wands over here follow the Fool card. Now the Fool card is all about Uranus, it's change, it's new beginnings. Yes, this is going to be a new era as far as the monarchy is concerned. I believe so. Then we have the Two of Wands. So it's the working together, okay, having options, but the working together. Look at this card. Look how beautiful this card is. Okay, there is a working, there is an agenda to try to bring the country back to its former glory. Now, I'm not talking about former glory as in, way back 100, 150 years when they had so many other countries under their control, if you will. But it's like wanting to project, wanting to bring back some of the lost quote unquote lost glory. There is a great drive to do that, and the way they are going to focus on that is trying to make England, United Kingdom, more stable and secure and a powerhouse as far as finances are concerned, like monetarily, financially, make it more solid, make it more powerful. And once upon a time it used to be, at least in Europe, but not no more. So it's almost like wanting to bring it to the attention of the rest of the universe and saying, hey, we haven't faded, we're still here, type of a thing. Now, Five of Swords over here is something that I'm not liking over here because it's right on top of the Ten of Wands, King of Wands, Five of Cups, and Five of Swords. I do believe that he is going to have one particular faction of his family that are dead against him. Okay, it's almost like they're showing him support, but behind the scenes they're completely negating him. That's going to really bother him because he's got the Five of Cups and the Five of Swords over there. And remember I said earlier with the Ten of Wands, there is a feeling of being burdened and they don't want this. So this could be the final straw that's going to break the camel's back, and they're going to be like, we're done, we don't want this nonsense anymore, we're getting on with age, we just want to retire happily and be thing. And then here we have Three of Wands, Page of Swords, Queen of Wands, and Ten of Swords. I am more concerned about Camilla's health than Charles's at the moment. Okay, I'm more concerned about her mental health. I do feel that there's a lot of literally like needling. There's a possibility of surgery. Okay, but then you have the Star card coming up here. Them as a unit, them as a family, them as a monarchy, they are going to have a lot of support, a lot of strong support. And the King of Cups pops up here. Look at this. He just wants to focus on the environment. He wants to focus on, I think more than Charles's health, I think Camilla's health is what is going to force them to take a step back and say, you know what, let's take a step back and let's go do a thing and continue to go down the, focus on other stuff, travel the world, focus on, marine life and that sort of stuff. Hang on one second, the Star card, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4th house. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th house. The 4th house and 8th house. 4th house is about the home, the family roots, the emotions, the property, the assets. And the 8th house talks about death, long-term finances, regeneration, wills, secrets, longevity, the age, that sort of a thing. So I do believe that is something that is going to be primarily the reason why they're going to say we are going to step out of the limelight. Not so much, yes, Charles's health is not necessarily the best, but I think Camilla is like, you know what, I've accomplished everything. I was in love with the prince, ended up marrying a prince, now he's become king and I'm the queen. Everything on my bucket list I've done, we're good, let's step out. We don't need any more than this. Not so much a question of being, she was power hungry, but almost like, you know what, we've accomplished everything, so let's give it over to the next generation. But I do believe she's going to have some surgeries and that sort of stuff going on. And our full disclosure, when this whole drama happened about her Charles's first wife and all that stuff, like half the universe, I hated. Hate is a strong word, but it's very, very easy for, and we have to be honest with ourselves. I disliked her, I really did. And I was like, how could you be? Because Charles's first wife has made it known that there were 3 people in the marriage, and I don't condone that, right? That's not right. Why the hell did he marry Diana? And I feel like the one big mistake he made was he should have told Diana. He should have manned up, grown a set of balls, and said, look, I'm never going to love you like the way, you expect and think, because she is my true love. This is an arrangement. Let's get married. I don't think he has ever said that to her. And then if Diana said, okay, that's fine by me, I'm going to get married, let's get married, and later on in life, if she had turned around and said, oh, he cheated and this and that, that's on her, right? But he never said any of that. Nowhere has it been mentioned that he has had that conversation with Diana. I mean, she just went into it completely innocent. It's not like she sought him out and pursued him. So that one bit of it always hangs at the back of my mind. I feel like Charles didn't do the right thing morally. But at the end of the day, maybe it was just her fate. She was not meant to be Queen of England, Maybe that's why she rose to fame like that, because I feel that Diana reached more glory, for lack of a better term, than she would have as being just Queen of England when Charles, you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So maybe that was her purpose in life. That's all, to reach to that level, do all of that, and just go and basically leave the pathway free for Camilla to step in. And clearly the 2 of them have been in love with each other since they were teens or something, late teens or whatever. So good for them, like, right? You can say their love has lasted the test of time or whatever. So you can go into 20 different directions. At the end of the day, everybody and their puppy dog, and their puppy dog's squeaky toy has an opinion, and it is what it is. But I do believe that he could have done things a little bit different, but we also have to understand that who he married and when he married, he was not purely solely responsible for those decisions, considering that he was at one point in time going to wear the crown. So there are a lot of other factors that we don't know, so let's not get into it. But I do believe that he is going to say, look, I've done whatever, I've won the crown, we're good, let's pass it on, let's move on. Because his main focus is to travel, to do all those things, environment protection, this, that, and the other. I love this card. This card is just so beautiful. But with the Aquarius card over here, I also believe they're going to have a lot of help and support and encouragement to be able to accomplish that. Okay, so I'm going to stop with this. I'm going to get another set of cards over here. I want to find a really, really pretty set. I mean, not that tarot cards are not pretty, but I don't want to use the usual tarot that I use. I'm not using this. Maybe I should use this. No, I'm not. Give me one moment, okay? Let me put away these cards, and I'm going to just find another one, because I want to get some clarifiers, and then I want to look at what we have going on for Catherine and for William, okay? Hang on one second. I don't even know which one I want. There's so many decks over here. Oh my goodness. Okay, maybe I'll take this one. I don't know. Let's see. Not that. Let's see the not sure which one I want. But, oh, don't fall, baby. Ooh, hello. This could be a little bit high energy, and what are the odds that I would pull out these cards? No, I'm not feeling this. Hang on, folks. Hang on, everybody. Come on, buddy. I am not feeling you. My bad. Let's do this maybe. These are, oh my goodness. These are a little graphic, but not necessarily the prettiest of cards. Sorry everybody, just bear with me, okay? I didn't even, like, if I had thought about getting another deck out for them, I would have taken it out before we started the reading so we wouldn't waste time. It's just something I thought about right now, so I'm not doing these. What is it going to be? Let me see, maybe this guy. Yeah, we'll see. We'll do this. How about that? How about that? Yes. Yes. I think I found the one I want. It's so weird. Like sometimes you're just not drawn to certain cards, certain decks, not cards, certain decks, and sometimes it's. I am totally rooting for William and Catherine. I think they're going to be really. I think, in my humble opinion, William is going to be pretty instrumental in changing the face of the royal family, the finances, the business, the firm per se, right? Make it more modern, acceptable, because take a look at all the new generations, right? Life is not like the way it used to be in the good old days where people were diehard fans of the monarchy and all. You know, you take a survey, half of England probably says that we are not for the monarchy. So they have to be relevant. How do you maintain that relevance? You have to make changes and change with the time, and having that fluidity and having that flexibility to be able to change with the time is what's going to keep you relevant. If you're stuck in the mud, you're going to fade. So I think he has a good understanding and grasp of that, and I think he's going to approach it more like a CEO of the company, and I think that's a good MO to have, and yet retain some of that, you know, the whole royal thingy or whatever. I'm seeing some comments. Hang on. I think so too. Hang on one second. Susie says, I honestly believe he just wants his name in the history books. I think I agree with that. It's like he wasn't. I wouldn't be surprised that if anybody, Andrew would have been more into, I want to be king. I can see Andrew being a little bit more aggressive as far as that is concerned. I don't think. What's the younger fellow's name? Charles, Andrew, and oh my goodness, what is the younger son's name, younger brother's name? Why am I thinking Stephen? Oh my God. What is Charles's youngest brother's name? Why am I thinking Stephen or Stephen? Spencer. He was Earl Spencer for a brief period of time, was he? Oh my God. He, I think, could have been a little passive aggressive, but I think quickly realized that that's not going to happen. Among all of them, if anybody truly was worthy of wearing the crown, I think it's Princess Anne. Okay, so we have this guy here. Edward, thank you. Hey Denise, good to see you. Yeah, Edward. And then we have the 7 of Swords. Then we have the King. Look, King of Swords. It's very interesting. 3 of Swords, 7 of Swords, and the King of Swords. So there is going to be a little bit of breakdown, a little in the ties and the bonds as we know the family unit to be. As in the royal family themselves are a family unit, and with the 7 of Swords, there is there's going to be some major betrayal and hurt that comes from within. And with the King of Swords over there, they're going to have to be very strategic in how they handle that situation. I believe from the inside there's going to be a little bit of a damage, and there is a need to do some major damage control over there. Okay, so very, very interesting. We have one King of Swords. Look at this, y'all. we have a King of Swords here, okay? We have a King of Swords here, King of Cups, is a King of Wands over here. We don't have a King of Pentacles. There is a little bit of a struggle for power, you know, push and pull. We have the Eight of Swords. I will say though, oh, why are all these? Okay, so we have, this is the Six of Swords, but it came up in the reverse. Okay. Why, I know I shuffled these cards, but why am I seeing so much of these swords energies though? Hang on a second. Very, very interesting. So Eight of Swords, this is definitely Swords, okay? We have the Seven of Swords earlier, we saw that. This is the Six of Wands in the reverse, I'm sorry, not Six of Swords. And this is the Ten of Wands, okay? I don't know why for a second I thought they were all swords. And I was wondering, am I holding the cards right? Did I shuffle them correctly? Yes, I have shuffled. So the Eight of Swords here is telling me that there is a feeling of being oppressed. Catherine is going to be forced to, and the reason I say Catherine is because, hi Araceli, good to see you, is because I said, let me take another deck because I want to look up Catherine and William. I do believe Catherine for a brief period of time is going to feel like her hands are tied behind her back. So she's going to forcibly have to take a step back, okay? And that is because of all this internal push and pull business that's going to happen. And it's a very, very temporary situation for her. And then you have the Seven of Swords. There is going to be a feeling of betrayal. There's going to be a feeling of, see, remember we had the Three of Swords here? There is going to be a feeling of betrayal, a feeling like, you know, I can't deal with this, I need to get away, I need to get away. So for her being forced to take a step back, she's fine with it. She's like, you know, that's okay. It helps me with my, you know, mental health or whatever. And the Six of Wands in the reverse, whoever it is who's planning the shake-up, planning to plant seeds of dissension inside, remember I said with the Three of Swords, there's going to be a little bit of coming in from the inside. They are not going to be able to do that for a long time. However, I almost feel like all this drama that is going on is purposefully to make somebody, to ensure that somebody doesn't come back home. Do you get it? It's weird the way it's all tied in. Okay, because Six of Wands upright is victory, you know, coming back successfully. This is to ensure that the person doesn't come back victoriously. So it's almost like, look, for the time being, we have to kind of put you on the back burner just so we don't offend somebody else, which really pisses the snot out of me because I don't think that's the right attitude for them to have. But then having this Ten of Wands, okay, tells me that it's almost feeling unbearable. It's not right. I feel burdened. I don't think this is right. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. But hang on one second. This is the Swords. Then you have the Page of Swords. Lot of gossip, lot of talk, lot of gossip, lot of talk. I wonder if this whole Page of Cups. I wonder if this whole drama with regards to trying to bring Henry back into the fold is going to cause some dissension, some drama inside, within them, within that family, you know, as a unit. I don't like this Page of Swords and the Page of Cups cards that have popped up here. Y'all, I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to try their very best to come back into the fold. Those two idiots. And yes, I did use the word idiot. So, whatever, take it or leave it. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. Look, I do believe that's why Catherine is going to kind of sort of feel like she's forcibly having to take a step back because certain accommodations are going to be made for these two. I hope they don't come. I hope the both of them don't come back into the family fold, but I think temporarily there's going to be a restructuring over there. I hope to God not. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Megnat doesn't come back. But it's kind of almost going to make Catherine feel like all this hard work for nothing and for what. So that's the thing. But I will also say one more thing that has come to my attention right here, that there are only going to be 3 siblings in the royal family. One of them is most definitely going to be ousted. Absolutely. I see 3 siblings. Because, Edward, this was taken very seriously by that certain individual, Randy Andy. I do believe that there's going to only be 3 siblings. I strongly believe, let me rephrase it, I'll be super, super, super surprised if Andrew continues to stay at the same level and have the same luxuries and the freedoms and etc. That he has been having. If he hasn't already been, like, they've slowly kind of started edging him out the door and saying, okay, get closer to the exit. But coming back to the root of this, I don't think Charles is going to be wearing the crown for too long. I don't think so. I'm a little bit more concerned about Camilla's health and his health. I do believe there's going to be some surgeries, etc. I hate to say this, but I truly hope I'm wrong. Like strokes and things like that, I'm a little bit concerned about stuff like that. So let's put away all of this. Yeah, this goes in this deck, this goes in this deck. We put all of these there, and this thing. I'm going to briefly look at, let me just briefly look at what are the, apparently William had an affair. Oh, really? Oh, while she was pregnant with Louise, I believe, and it was Catherine's best friend. Oh my God. I hope he didn't have an affair, but it seems like all royals here have that in common. I was surprised to hear it. Yeah, that kind of would bother me. So, Catherine. Princess of Wales. Give me 1 second, okay? Let me get her. Let me do a quick one for her. So January, she's 41. She looks really beautiful though. January 9th, 1982. Then June 21st. So she is again like about 5 months older than him or something to that effect. Right? So let's see this. Yeah, she's under a little bit of pressure, I would say, that girl. January 9th. Oh, she's an Aquarius, isn't she? No, she's not an Aquarius. She's a Capricorn. So she's a Capricorn. And June 21st. He's a oh, you know what? Isn't that interesting? Because June 21st, yes, it's cusp, right? May 21st to June 20th is Gemini. June 21st is Cancer. What are the odds that on the Cancer moon? Wow. Isn't that going to be a lunar eclipse, right? See, because second house, and then so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,000. Absolutely, y'all. I do believe William is going to ascend the throne sooner than we all expect. I am leaning towards that. I do believe he's going to ascend the throne sooner than we expect. Most definitely. Catherine is going to have to take a step back, but in a way that stepping back from the limelight is going to be a little bit in her for her benefit. So I'm happy to see that. Really, I'm happy to see that. But does that mean that, oh, something's going to happen and she's not going to be a royal anymore? No, that's not what I'm saying. The focus is going to be on Camilla and Charles for a little bit, and because of all that drama that's going on, they're almost going to say, look, you cool your heels for a little bit, let's sort of this issue, and that's okay for her. But I'm going to give me 1 second. Let's. Actually, screw that. Let me do this. What am I doing here? There we go. I'm just going to do a quick read for Catherine. Show me what I'm just saying for Catherine. Scorpio, so 1, 2, 3, 12, 11th house is when the lunar eclipse is, because the lunar eclipse is it's in Scorpio, isn't it? She is going to emotionally disengage herself from a particular individual during the lunar eclipse. And it's also a switch in her personality or her mental makeup, because now she's that much closer to wearing the crown herself. So you're going to see a little bit of a switch for her as well. What makes me wonder if it was true is how thin she had become. Yeah, almost like an eating disorder, stress. Yeah, I do believe that she has conducted herself appropriately, Catherine, for her. Okay, Jen, I'm going to stop you in your tracks right now. The comment that you see, nobody is body shaming her. Okay? Nobody is body shaming Catherine. We're just making an observation. So please don't bring in chaos where there is no chaos. Okay? Susie Q's comment is not body shaming Catherine. She was just making an observation. The whole world saw that she had lost weight. Everybody had made a comment. So it's an observation and it's not body shaming, Jen. So don't create trouble where there is no trouble. I'm going to stop that right now. So let's look at Catherine for a second here. All right, Jen. There's nobody is making negative comments or body shaming her, and I just explained it. There is no need for you to come back and say period. So maybe you didn't understand what I just said. It was an observation that another one of the viewers has made. Nobody so far has body shamed Catherine, so stop with that nonsense, okay? Please stop with those negative comments and trying to rile up something over here when there's nothing here to rile up. I mean, I understand like the stress. I mean, as general. Hi, Sherilyn, good to see you. As people, as just average citizens here, most of us, I shouldn't say all of us, most of us, we tend to only notice the glamour and the all that. But can you imagine the stress and the tension and the constantly being on high alert, like being very conscious, like there's no opportunity for them to just relax and be when they're out in public, because the whole world is watching them, right? So can you imagine that kind of stress and focus? I mean, I'm sure even a lot of athletes have that, these premier athletes, when the whole world is watching them, they have to conduct themselves in a certain way. They have to, everything is under the microscope. So that in and unto itself, I'm sure takes a real toll on everybody's mindset, right? Particularly people who are in that position in life. And then, if they have like a little sniffle or a cold or anything like that, people like us will be like, oh, I just need some chicken soup, I can go huddle down. But they don't have that luxury. I'm sorry, maybe they do have the luxury, but if they have public engagements and all, they're going to say like, buckle up, buttercup, and get to it, right? So we have to have a little bit of, what's the word? Like understanding for, for their roles as public figures. So it can take a toll. And then if you're pregnant and then you're having morning sickness, and can you imagine, like, I mean, she could be just throwing up 5 minutes and then now she has to step out and look all prim and proper because she has an engagement that she has to go, and because it's her duty. I mean, it's got to be quite taxing on all of them, right? I mean, as couples too, when they're in public, let's face it, all couples, right? At some point in time, you're going to be mad at him, or she's going to be mad at you, or vice versa, you're going to be mad at her for whatever little annoyances. So, but then when they step out, they have to be all smiley and that sort of. I'm not saying that they're false all the time. That's not what I'm saying. They obviously come across as being very loving and that sort of a thing. But I'm sure, like little arguments that they may have as a couple, which is very normal. Just because you're royal doesn't mean you won't have an argument with your significant other or disagree. They have to kind of put that aside and then come out in public and conduct themselves appropriately. That's got to be a lot on them for anybody. So, so. All right, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at Catherine. She has Jupiter. Okay, I'm taking these cards because they were sticking out, and she's got fire. She's got Capricorn. Are we surprised? She's a Capricornian. And then we have Pluto. It's beautiful. I like these for her. I really do. And the reason I felt drawn to wanting to do a little reading for Catherine is because she kept coming into my energy field when I was pulling the cards for King Charles and Camilla more than anybody else. So with Jupiter being there, and she's a Capricorn, Jupiter rules Pisces and Jupiter also rules Sagittarius. So that would be 12th house Jupiter, okay, and third house. I think she's going to be making short trips, like traveling a little bit, and her communication within the immediate environment is going to be focused. She's going to be very fiery and feisty, like energized. Fiery as in like I'm not like I'm going to go fight with everybody, but fiery as in energized. And then you have Capricorn, which is her first house, very interesting, and Pluto changes. Interesting. Look, so her taking a step back is actually going to benefit her, okay? And then you have the Lovers card over here. Look, I do believe that, and the Chariot card, progress, because what's his name? William is a Cancerian. And the World card, look, this is beautiful. This is really beautiful. Okay, whatever their issues, whatever their, this whole thing about he was, nobody knows whether he had an affair or not, except him, his wife, and the other person, if that were the case, right? I mean, there's a lot of speculation about anybody and everybody who's in the limelight. But I do believe that taking this step back, taking a little bit, the fact that she's going to be asked to kind of be in the background a little bit, that little bit of a break is actually going to be, not that she's going to stop working and none of that, just not being so much for a very brief period of time is actually good for her. And then she's going to come back re-energized. And the number 5, okay, we talk about 5. 5 in tarot is a little bit contentious, right? But 5 in astrology is all about kids and education. And yes, it does talk about, the 5th house also does talk about speculation. But people are going to continue to speculate about Cancer. Who Cancer is her husband, William, right? He's a Cancerian. So, and she's okay, hang on one second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th house. 7th house is marriage. Yes, people are going to speculate about her relationship and her marriage and her longevity with William, but you have the world card here. It's almost like everything has come around full circle, okay? Completion and success and rewards due to hard work, diligence, spiritual growth, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, having gone through the stresses of all these preparations, you all have both come out on the other end successfully. You know what I mean? So I do believe her marriage, even though people may say, oh, there was an affair or this or that, whatever, we don't know. Even if that were the case, all that is going to be there's her relationship with her husband is going to be very moving, it's a very balanced relationship, is going to be moving forward. And she's got the world card, and the world card is Saturn, and Saturn actually rules Capricorn. So Saturn is very stabilizing, not I shouldn't say very stabilizing. Saturn is a very what's the word? Strong, grounding kind of a planet, and also he's all about, look, you got to go through you got to go through the grinding stone, if you will, to come out on the other end. So he has tested their relationship. Okay, their relationships has gone through their own trials and tribulations, whatever they may have, right? And now I do believe there's a completion. I strongly believe that William and Catherine are pretty soon going to be wearing the crowns themselves. I do believe that. I strongly believe that. And here's another thing, y'all. Are they saying that they're planning on having another child? Is there talk about that? Knight of Swords. As I say, they talk about that. Knight of Swords is a gossip card. Okay, there's a lot of gossip about that. 3 of Swords. And 7 of Wands. So there could be a lot of gossip about is she going to have another child, this, that, and the other. But no, a little bit of a heartbreak. I don't think she is going to. And 7 of Wands is telling me that there's going to be a need to protect herself from people who are going to kind of take jabs at her, because now that's going to be elevated, because if she's the next one who's going to be wearing the crown, can you imagine? Susie says, but officially she has said no, but does get very broody allegedly. Well, that's true. But she is going to be like, you know what? I am going to have to literally break out of my own mental blocks that I'm blocking myself. And have to defend myself, and I'm very capable of defending myself, and I got it. Like, now you can see a switch in her which says, I got it. She's a very capable young lady. 8 of Pentacles, look at her, she's all about a working man. She's and then she's got the 4 of Cups, and then she's got the Tower card. Don't flip out with the Tower card. And then we have the 9 of Wands, the Hermit, and the 10 of Pentacles. Look, with the 8 of Pentacles, she's going to focus on her work. She's going to keep focusing on her work. With the 4 of Cups, there's going to be a little bit of, what's the word? Not that there is disappointment, but it's surprised a little bit because of Like, it's okay, so it's like, I know this is going to happen, this is going to happen, I know it. But when it actually happens, I'm a little surprised. That sort of a thing. Right? Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Whew. So she's going to be a little bit surprised, okay, when it actually happens, okay? And then we have the Tower card. Now the Tower card here, I'm actually not at all concerned about it because, yes, the Tower card does talk about, oh, it's the Tower card, is Mars, is disillusion, is this, is that. Nothing that she can handle. She's going to be a little bit disappointed. This is really not what I expected, but okay, it's here, I can deal with it. And the Tower card does tell me that there's going to be a sudden change, okay? A little bit of impulsiveness over there that comes into question, which is very unlike Catherine because I don't see her as an impulsive person. But she's going to be feeling a little bit like, you know what, I've earned it a little, let me be a little, thank you, let me be a little impulsive, but she also understands that if anybody is trying to rock the unity of a marriage or try to break it apart, she is going to not tolerate it. That's the switch, you see. I've got it. She'll put an end to that bullshit. Well, I should have said cow down or bull down, but sorry. Anyway, and then you have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is very interesting for her because it's not so much of when she says, I got it, I'm able to take care of it, it's not like she's going to go berserk or whatever. In a very structured, keeping well within the bounds of her role in the family, okay? And her position in the family, she is going to be able to handle the situation appropriately. And with the Hermit card popping up, of course, the Hermit card is Virgo. Very, very analytically she's going to approach this, okay? She's going to be very analytical. A lot of thought is going to be given. She's not going to go willy-nilly like a dingbat, a Magnat, do crazy stuff. She's very systematic and she's got that Saturnian energy, so she can be very thorough in her work and very analytical, and she'll actually do it. She's a very capable young lady. If she sets her mind to something, she will do it. Ten of Pentacles is having it all. Y'all, I do believe she and William are going to be wearing the crown sooner than we all expect or thought they would. She's going to get up there, y'all. In her whole, the moment Charles and Camilla are crowned, they've gotten a step closer to wearing the crowns themselves, right? Not that the work was, the moment William got married to Catherine, she has been groomed from that day, right? We all know that. So, Bernard, what are you doing there, buddy? Huh? Mr. Bernie is kind of getting a little on with age, like a lot of dogs, right? Our pets. He's 10 years. Actually, in May, he's going to be 10 years. And you can see he's kind of slowing down a little bit. He's slower on his walks. He does get very excited. He wants to go for his walk, but then he's like, okay, Mom, I'm going to set the pace. And, so we walk at his pace. Are you groaning? He's still my sidekick. No, Bernie? So today we had some weather here that they were saying we were going to have hailstones and all now. I was looking forward to it because, not that I want hailstones because it causes damage to property, but I just find them fascinating. And I was so disappointed in a way, but in a way it's good we didn't get any hailstones over here. And the moment a little bit of thunder, he was like, I'm done, Mom. Can I come and cuddle with you? He's such a scary cat, but anyway. So, okay. Hi, Delvin. I haven't seen you in a while. She will definitely have a very, very... Alia Ali's question is, if Catherine wears a crown, what positive influence or impact will she have? I'll tell you, her and William, okay, they are most definitely... Okay. It's a very archaic thing, right? This whole monarchy and this and that and all that stuff, right? It's almost like modernizing the whole monarchy, like bringing them up to the. I mean, look, if you look at the polls, they are not as popular as they used to be. Like a lot of new generations, the younger generations, a lot of older generations even are not for the monarchy, right? And when Queenie passed, it was almost like a whole generation passed, right? A whole thought process, mindset, way of life, acceptance, it all passed with her. So if he has to be relevant, if the monarchy has to be relevant, Charles is very aware of this. They have to appropriately, they have to be flexible, fluid, and be open-minded to change their ways. If you still want to retain the luxury of being a monarch and having all those things and yet stay relevant, you have to change with the times. And that's where I do believe Charles is he's always been of the thought process and that mindset that but William and Catherine, I think the onus is going to be on them to actually push it forward and actually take those bold steps, like those solid steps in that direction. I do believe his approach is going to be more so as a CEO approaching a company. Diversification is definitely on the cards for him. Definitely. Let's do a quick pull for him, pull of cards for him. Yeah, he's kind of tuckered out. So we took him for a couple of 2-3 walks, like his usual early morning walk, and 2 hours later another walk, and I took him for a walk at about 1:15 before the storm. Yes, baby, we are talking about you. Do you know we're talking about you? He's laying down there and he gets up and he looks at me like, Mom, are you talking about me? And so I told Mark, I said, let's take him out for a quick walk before the storm rolls in, and we did. And then the moment we stepped in, we heard the first little rumble, and that was that. So Susie says he is cutting down on non-working hours. Yeah, they have to be. They have to. It's not like the good old days where the good old days of monarchy and people just blindly followed and believed. This is the new age. I mean, look at the geopolitical situation globally. Look at the socioeconomics of the world as a whole. It's no more like like individual countries or even a continent. It's like the ripple effect is more a global economy. The political situation is global almost. That sort of a thing. So they have to take all those things into consideration if they want to bring England back, to United Kingdom back to where. I shouldn't say that. I have to be careful about how I say it. What I'm trying to say is, it is a fact that as far as their economic situation is concerned in England, they've kind of regressed a bit, right? Let's be politically correct. They have regressed a bit. So to bring it back, you can't continuously let your country go backwards. You have to, progress is the only way, right? Progress is the only way. So to be able to progress successfully, there are certain things they have to do, and you have to stay relevant to be able to do that and bring your country back to the forefront. I mean, way back when, England, United Kingdom was UK was a country in Europe, premier country to be in Europe, not so much these days. So again, y'all, before people go crazy, these are my observations, my opinions. Do your own due diligence, form your own conclusions, and draw your own opinions, right? So I'm just saying what I think. You don't have to agree, that's totally okay. We are all entitled to our opinions, right? Alright, let's do this. I'm going to do a quick thing for William. Let's see. 9, 19, 29, 9, 10, 11. He is... See, when you look at William, right, you can tell he has that. And again, these are my opinions, y'all. When all this drama was going on with his younger brother and all that, just watch, if you look at all the photographs that are all out everywhere in the news and media and all that, watch his facial expressions, William's, and his body language. That anger is just simmering right under the surface over there. You can clearly tell that he was not happy with the way ding dong ding along and ding dang ding alang were conducting themselves and all the bull crap that was going on. He's the kind of a guy who's not going to tolerate with that bull crap. He's going to be like, no, not happening. I do sense there's a little bit of ruthlessness in him. Meaning, I mean, he's not going to go about and say, off with your head, that's not what I'm saying. He has the nutsacks to make those decisions and call a certain person's bluff or anybody's bluff. And he will do it. So, that's my Neptune, Pisces, and the fire card. One more card I feel like I want to draw. Leo. One more. Moon card. Okay, which is Pisces again. So Neptune rules Pisces, right? So Neptune, Jupiter rules Pisces. We have Pisces right here. We have the Leo, the Sun. We have the Leo, fire card, right? And then we have the Moon card, which is a Pisces card. Very, very interesting. So if he's a Cancerian, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th house. 9th house is Pisces. Now, 9th house also pertains to father, okay? Luck, religion, and expansion, and all those things, right? The 9th house is all about expanding the mind, that sort of a thing, right? I do believe that there is going to be a little bit of a secrecy, if you will, as to how extremely odd. We start off with Neptune. I would not be surprised whether it has already been decided how long Charles is going to be on the throne. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 and 5, first house, and 5th house, speculation about his identity and how he presents himself. They're going to be definitely things have already been in the works as to when he's going to ascend the throne. Absolutely. And then as a Cancerian, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th house, you have Pisces here, Jupiter, and then you have the fire card and Leo, 1, 2, second house. Y'all, this guy is definitely going to be wearing the crown sooner than we think. I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but I do believe that he is definitely going to. There is speculation, a lot of speculation. He's not afraid to take action. The Leo is the second house. The second house is all about values, talents, possessions, ability to earn income, money, job, family, yada yada. And Leo is ruled by the Sun. He's definitely, hang on, let's see what pops up here. The Magician, Justice, the Emperor. Look, this guy is most definitely going to be wearing the crown sooner than we think. With the Magician, it's Mercury. Quick changes, quick changes. And William is not afraid to make changes really quick. He's not. He's a family man, he's this, he's that. He puts a lot of emphasis on family, structure, environment. But with the Justice card over here, which is Libra, 1, 2, 3, 4th house, it's all being very fair emotionally. His emotions, the way he feels about everything it's very fair. Like his feelings are very fair. He's not biased. He's then again. So the decisions he makes, even though people might think he's making emotional decisions, it's not. It's their fair decisions. And he's going to be making a lot of decisions with regards to the properties, the assets, the home, the family roots, that sort of a thing. People may think he's being emotional, but he's not. His decisions are based on clarity, that sort of a thing. And then he will have the Emperor card, which is Aries, right? So Cancer, 12, 11, 10th house. 10th house is reputation, morals, and life. Look, y'all, this guy is going good. This guy is going to be doing good. He is not afraid to take action. He has the gift of the gab. He knows how to build a momentum and get people moving purely based on emotions even. Do you get what I'm saying? But then again, he may come across as, oh, he's making emotional decisions. Not really. It's very thought out, very a lot of clarity. So then we have Ace of Wands, King of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, I love it, Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, what the hell, all Pentacles, and Queen of Cups. Look at this. Okay, he is definitely going to be taking charge. He's going to hold people accountable. It's all about balancing the books and having accountability, balancing of powers. King of Pentacles, that definitely tells me, so that is not afraid to make decisions with regards to finance. Look, his approach is going to be like this is a company and I have to make it profitable. That's his approach. Okay? Four of Pentacles, he is all about his home and his family and his health, but also he's very conservative. He's not the kind of a guy who's going to be splurge. Very conservative, also holding back a little bit in terms of he understands growth is necessary, but not unstructured growth. He's a little bit conservative. Then Five of Pentacles, he very much understands that it's very easy to go from 100 to 0. So financially, he is a little bit conservative because he does not want to be in the poorhouse, right? He does not want the firm to go downhill. So he's going to do whatever he possibly can to ensure that the firm stays solid, because right after the Five of Pentacles, you have the Six of Pentacles. So there's a lot of give and take. There's a lot of business, bartering. Hey, let's make this happen. I can do this if you do that. So it's all about progressing financially. He really understands the concept of profitability, like profit and loss. He gets it. And then you have the Queen of Cups over here. It's all about also maintaining that balance with regards to the family, also maintaining the balance with regards to his relationship with the spouse, and appreciating and understanding that, y'all, I'm really beginning to think there's a high possibility they may conceive again now. Conceive, that's all I'm saying. Okay? He also has a very good relationship with Camilla. That's what I'm going to say. And Justice, we have another card, Justice card. The World card, beautiful, one more. And Eight of Wands. Look, this is awesome. Really awesome. So as you can see, I didn't 1, 2, 3, 4th house. Okay. Libra, very balanced in his decisions, very balanced in his approach to things. He is definitely going to have a little bit of legal situations, but he's very capable of handling them and resolving them. So he is going to do a little bit of a fine dancing in terms of legalities, a fine line, right? He is going to, what's what I'm looking for? What is that saying? Cut the fluff off, or the unnecessary stuff, just cut it off. What, I don't know what they call it. There's a term for that. And then you have the World card, which is Saturn again. Very, very successful completion. Successfully completing all the training, all the grooming, all the teaching, all the lessons learned successfully. Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is beautiful. News, speedy actions, quick changes. Y'all, he is definitely going to ascend the throne a lot sooner than we thought. I've said this 20 times, 30 times in this reading alone. But yeah. Okay, that's enough of that. We've gone on for oh wow, oh wait, whoa, separate the wheat from the chaff. Thank you, Susie. Wait, Susie says he just won a big legal case. Trim the fat. Thanks, Debbie. Oh, I didn't even know that. So all that's already happening. Oh, thanks for letting us know. He could I have a lot of hope and faith in William and Catherine. I do. I think they're capable. See, I think they have enough of maturity in them. They've seen it. They've been trained from the very beginning, even before Catherine got married to William, I believe, when the engagement was announced. I believe her training started then. So, I do believe that they have been very well groomed for this, and their biggest supporter is Anne. I'll tell you, when she goes, again, y'all, don't come after me. Every one of us are going to kind of be going one day. It's going to really hit the royal family, because believe it or not, she is the grounding factor, the pillar, I should say. Oh, it was a newspaper that hacked his phone. Oh wow, I didn't even know that. Oh wow. Okay. All right. So that's about that. I don't want to delve into. Are you having a dream, Bunny? I don't want to delve into Megnat and her what do you call, her crazy husband, but yeah, I'm going to go into a bit of a rant though. On the, as much as I just said I don't want to delve into that, but I am going to. This is the snarky me coming out. In case y'all didn't know, I had a snarky side to me, right? Y'all, what in God's world is the matter with that chick and the look, y'all? I am no fashionista. Clearly, I wear Craft and Barrel shirts, and I'm sitting here like wearing this t-shirt kind of stuff. It's not like I dress in designer wear all day long and that sort of stuff, right? But if you think about the amount of money she has and the spending power she has and the allowance she has on her wardrobe and all that stuff, you know who we are talking about. What is her friggin' problem? Why the hell can't she get somebody who does a good, what do they call them? Not a wardrobe designer, but not a wardrobe designer. Somebody who's a dressing assistant or whatever. I don't even know which tarot this is. Oh my God, did I make a mistake? Oh, here. Why the hell can't she do that, man? I mean, she's got like enough and more money. And this psycho woman, you see the way she dressed and she comes out in public. It's like, girlfriend, that dress cost £3,500 That this thing cost that thing cost that, and after all of that, first and foremost, she doesn't look. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm probably being a little bit snarky over here, but damn it, girl, just because you got small boobies doesn't mean you have to wear strapless bras all the time, right? And I'm not body shaming. I'm just saying, with all the money that she has, I do believe she has the ability to be able to find somebody who can, be a good wardrobe consultant, right? A stylist. Dang, people, I can't find words today. And I'm missing the box for this. I don't even know where I put the box. Good job. Okay, I'm going to have to find the box. You see her, first and foremost, the wedding dress, right? Yeah, it was nice. Was it the most beautiful? No, but it was nice. It was nice. More than her wedding dress, the dress she wore to go on that reception or whatever. I thought that was a beautiful dress. That was really pretty. That satiny thingy, that evening gown / something. I thought that was really beautiful. I mean, seriously, that was beautiful. That's like classy. She looked beautiful. Oh. Hold on. Camera out. Changing batteries. Oh, yes. Hold on. Changing battery. Okay. Oh, God. Alright. Let's do that. Right, buddy? Mama got to change the power, Bunny. Oh my God, come on. Right? What? Okay, there we are. All right. Hello everybody. So sorry, I just ran out of power in the big camera, so I had to switch out the battery. Yeah, it's 8:30 or 8:20 something now. But let me tell you, the birds outside my window over here, they're chirping away, chirping away. They're making so much noise. I'm like, whatever. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to change the power source for my big camera here. Like, I thought that dress was just beautiful. Now she's slim, and she's got a nice figure and all that, but it's like I don't even know. You see some of the pictures, like I saw one of a beautiful dress, though it was a skirt, I think. And you could clearly, like, she's greeting people out in the public and all that, and you can clearly see like her panties, her legs, like it was almost nude, right? It was like it had a big, like, just covered the belly and the area, and the rest of it almost seemed like see-through. I was like, whoa. I'm sure the royal family would have said, like, whoa, girlfriend, that's not acceptable. So little things like that, I feel like she doesn't do right. And she, I know I'm going to get a lot of flack. Yes, I'm not nowhere close to being, a fashionista or a model or anything. This is just me, y'all. I'm just saying, if you are a member of the royal family, and if you are representing that level, and if you have the money to be able to afford all of that, why then are you still making a mess? That's all, right? That's the question, right? It's one thing to be able to afford it and still not do a good job. It's another thing not to be able to afford it. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. You're paying 5,000, 6,000 pounds for a dress, and your foundation garments are all wrong. It's like, really, you couldn't spend on that? That's the sort of a thing. And I'm like, but then on the other hand, you look at Catherine, not just because we are biased that, oh, she's going to be wearing the crown soon, but she always seems to be appropriately dressed. I'm sure she's had moments of wardrobe malfunction, but you hardly ever see that, right? It's like she seems to know how to dress for her body type, and very rarely, I think, if at all, I've seen her like wear something that I felt as a woman, hey girl, your foundation garments aren't right, or whatever, some things like that. So it's like, you have the funds, and yet you're not doing justification, you're not justifying that kind of a spending. If you're not, to get what I'm saying, I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's like what is she even thinking? There was this thing I saw where somebody had put together some pictures of her legs. And it's so true. She always stands with her feet wide apart, like I don't know how to explain it. Like the way she stands with her feet wider, right? It looks very unnatural. I don't know whether she's trying to stand like that just to make her look like wider, herself look wider, like her feet are almost as wide apart, if not wider than her shoulders. Do you get what I mean? And that looks very odd and doesn't look very presentable, if you will. I don't know. It's so weird. And I was like, why is she standing like that? And I actually looked at some photographs and like, yeah, she stands like that. Her stance is like that. It's a little odd. I don't know, girl. I'm going to get a lot of flack for this. Yes, people, I'm not one to talk. If I had that kind of money to spend on all those wardrobes and all, the first thing I'll do is go get a stylist and say, hey, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. This is my budget. Dress me and make sure I look good. Right? So exactly. And another thing is, she always looks a little bit disheveled. I don't get it. No, I don't know if she ever modeled. I don't think. Oh my God, dear Pricea says, Dolly Parton's quote, it takes a lot of money to look this cheap. Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, why do so many people dislike Meghan? Like, why? Right? It's very unfortunate, right? I mean, for somebody to be at the receiving end of such not to be liked so much, right? I mean, you don't expect the whole world to love you, but then you also don't expect half the human population to not care for you as much, right? So what's the big thing? And then I was like thinking about it, and yes, the media says this and that and all that stuff, but I made it very known I really don't much care for her. Just looking at her astrology, her chart, and knowing her character and reading cards for her, she has never come across as being a very positive person. She's always come across as, forget about the fact that her name is Megan. If anybody had given me that astrology date of birth and thing and said do an astrology chart for you, I would have said this person is very controlling and she's very, very selfish, and she has a hidden agenda. It's all about her narcissistic. I'm not the only one. A lot of people have said it. But that's a sad part. It's like she is very determined and goal oriented, which is great, which is a great characteristic to have, right? To be goal oriented and determined and focused. This is what I want and this is what I'm going after. Great, awesome. But dang it, girl, all that focus, all that, this is what you end up with and this is what you're like now. You got that. Okay, fine. You went after your goals. You accomplished everything you set out to accomplish. You landed in the lap of luxury beyond what you could have ever dreamed of or imagined. And then you go F it all up like that. It's like, what are you thinking? I don't get that. I don't get it. See, another thing, you watch some of her videos, right? Like whenever, like the photo opportunities, when they're on the balcony and they're at this event, at that event, she almost seems like she's chumming up to William. And you watch his body language. He's like, he's like, XYZ, keep away from me type of thing. You watch his body language and you just pay attention to the way his jaw is set. You can tell he's like, I don't want to have anything to do with you. Stay away from me, step away from me. And that, I think, is really, really sad, because sad simply because it's his brother's wife, right? So how that sort of a thing would have affected his relationship with his brother, I don't think he ever set out to kind of alienate his brother. I don't think he ever did. I think it's vice versa. And that I find really sad. And you always watch her like she's sucking up to almost like, how do you say the word? Sidling up, right? To certain members of the royal family, like, and they're like, okay, all right. It's very unfortunate, and it's very blatantly obvious in every single one of those video clippings or photographs. I don't recollect ever seeing anything where that sort of affection, for lack of a better term, has been reciprocated by the royal family. And they won't, because you can clearly see her so-called affections, or the way the familiarity is so false. It's so false. It's so put on. But I don't think we have heard the last of her as yet. There's more to come from her. But I truly hope that it's never good to say, I hope a marriage fails. It's not right? I mean, but I don't think that's a healthy relationship between her and her husband. Okay. Well, I wouldn't be surprised, Susie. I really wouldn't be surprised. She refuses to take direction from others that know better. Yeah. And she didn't want to do it. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but anyway, let's get on with it. And I have my own views and opinions about this whole drama about her not showing up because she wanted to celebrate her son's birthday or whatever. I think she was very specifically told not to show up. Very specifically told not to show up. Because it is not good public relations for Charles on his coronation to have her there. Can you imagine how divided the English people would be if they were to see her at the coronation? knowing how people in the United Kingdom feel about her. So I'm sure there's a small faction that are okay with her, but for the most part, majority of the people, citizens of Britain, don't really much care for her. So can you imagine having that divisiveness on the most important day of his life? So I think there was a very specific reason, and that's why they decided to keep her away. It's not that she said, "Oh, I want to stay and celebrate my sons," but no, that woman, any opportunity to get to stick a mug in any photo opportunity or anything like that, she'd do it. We all know that, but very specifically told not to show up. That's what I'm saying. So very specifically told not to show up. Um, I'm sure she must have set her sights on William too, except that William was already smitten by Catherine. So yeah, because isn't she older than them? Hang on, let's just take it. Meghan Markle, how old is she? I know sometime in August is her birthday, right? She's 41. I think she's a little older than that. I don't think she was born. Yeah, so William was born in 82, Catherine in 82. So she is a year younger than them according to Wikipedia, but I think she's definitely closer to 45 or 46. I believe that. She looks like that in some of her shots, though. It's very unfortunate. She had such a great platform and she just went and mucked it up, y'all. Very manipulative, this person. Very manipulative. This is not the last that we've seen of her. You know, if she had only like understood that I'm a complete outsider, I stepped into this royal family, it's not going to be like, oh, tomorrow morning I wake up and I'll be like all like I was a born royal. There's a transition, period. And if she had done it the right way, I think she would have been just fine. I mean, look at Catherine, for example. She's a commoner, right? And look how she transitioned. It wasn't easy for her. She had to, but you never heard of her throwing a temper tantrum, and I've never heard of it. She understood from the very get-go the responsibility and the amount of effort she had to put in. It wasn't that I'm just going to show up and look pretty and that's all it takes. So anyway, enough of me ranting and raving. So I had to say that. Playing the devil's advocate, maybe she's stuck in her own fashion, trying to be true to herself, trying to bring her own. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, Catherine did have a baptism of fire. She did. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing, her favorite niece is her daughter. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, okay. All right, everybody. So I don't have anything more to read on this for the moment, but we'll definitely pick it up. We'll do another live at another time. I'm certainly going to be watching, but if it gets too boring, I'm going to be like, yeah, forget it. I can't sit through all that. And then I'll watch a video later that somebody might have posted and I skip through everything, like fast forward. So that's about that. Do you all have any questions pertaining to this case? So if you all have no questions pertaining to this case, we will call it a 10-4. What do you say? I had dropped something here, did I not? Thank you, everybody. Yeah, I mean, it's like long drawn and all that stuff, but thank you, everybody. I do appreciate all of you. We'll call it a 10-4. 10-4. So I just want to say thank you, everybody, for your support, your participation. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Please don't forget to leave your comments on videos. And if you have any specific requests with doing specific cases, let me know. I don't want to always keep doing the sad cases because it really takes a toll on my state of mind. But help spread the word around this channel. I would like to see this channel grow. I feel like I'm kind of stuck. Now, granted, I have been a little sporadic in terms of posting videos. I get that. But I would greatly appreciate you all spreading the word around and giving me the thumbs up. I have kind of really dialed back on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook simply because it just got a bit too much. I don't know when I would. I suppose I have to be a little bit more focused on that, but it's so difficult, y'all, with work and all sometimes, and the way I work and my hours. Sometimes I will start working very early in the morning, and it's like, okay, I'm tired, I just need to go to sleep, I'll do it later, and then it's like, oh, forget it, I'm on to something else. So right now that's how things are going on over here, but hopefully I'll be able to get back into the groove. So thank you, everybody, take care, and we will catch up again. He's passed out. Bunny's basically passed out. If you have any specific cases that you'll want me to read on, let me know, and I will look into it. All right, much love to everybody, take care, bye. I'll end the stream.